Hey there, I'm Rabbi Denise. Happy Rosh Hashanah. This is one of the biggest holidays in the Jewish year. It's a time of celebration, it's a time of joy, and it's a time of what we call Heshbon HaNefesh, or accounting of the soul, thinking about who we want to be in the year to come, what we want to let go of, and what we want to bring forward into the new year as we continue to work on being our very best selves. And so I thought I'd offer you the commentary I did this morning at a Renew congregation where I serve in Toronto. And if you didn't get a chance to go to synagogue or a community, if you want to hear from a rabbi at this time of year, I decided to make this freely available to everybody. I'm the rabbi of secularsynagogue.com, an online community, and we are getting together to do high holiday work for Rosh Hashanah and for Yom Kippur. If you want to hear my Yom Kippur sermon, then join us for that. We're accepting registrations until the end of Yom Kippur, and it's amazing to do this work in a supportive community. So I do hope that you will join us. But whether or not you want to be a member of secularsynagogue.com, I wanted to offer you my Rosh Hashanah comments. So in my congregation, we often read a portion of the Hebrew Bible, and this year we read one of the traditional readings for Rosh Hashanah, which has to do with the story of Hannah in the book of Samuel. And she wants badly to have a child. She's unable to have a child, and she prays to be able to have a child and offers God in the story to be able to have a child. She would be willing to give up that child for a life of service in the temple. So we read that, and then this is the commentary that follows. It's about the Torah reading or the Bible reading, but it's about much, much more than that also. And it's called Wins and Losses. So as I read it, if you want to think about your wins and losses over the last year, that is the purpose. Stop me if you heard this. Just before Rosh Hashanah was to begin, some terrorists invade the synagogue and take the rabbi, the cantor, and the shul president hostage. Negotiations are failing. Preparing to die, the rabbi begs the terrorists, "Please be merciful. I've been working on this sermon for months. It's about an hour, 90 minutes tops. Please, let me give it, and then you can shoot me." The cantor says, "Be merciful. I've been practicing my recitation of the Hineni prayer for months. Please let me chant the prayers, and then you can shoot me. It would only take about 45 minutes. The board president says, "Please be merciful. Just shoot me first." So this year at High Holiday Services, I wanted to speak about wins and losses, love and darkness. I usually try to begin with a joke, but when I came across this one, I had a real argument with myself. The Rosh Hashanah service is meant to inspire and uplift. It's a joyful and sweet day, the start to a new year, the time we begin the process of letting go the year past and looking ahead to the year to come. It is a time of renewal and rejuvenation. I like starting with a joke, but this joke about a shooting in a synagogue after this year, was it too close to home, I wondered. At my congregation, for the first time, we had security guards at our doors for the Rosh Hashanah service. We reflect on the last year. What comes to mind for many of us is the synagogue shootings, first in Pittsburgh, then Poway, California. These were tragic and traumatic events for Jews who had perhaps, up until then, felt a certain safety in North America. It is no longer possible to deny that there's an uptick in white supremacist and anti-Semitic expression. It is no longer possible to feel insulated and fully safe. So why joke about it? It is surely no laughing matter. And yet, all of us in our current political moment need to decide how we are going to respond to the legitimate fear and threats we face. This includes anti-Semitism, but extends to other threats as well. Climate change, fake news, and the people who buy into it, the degradation of discourse, racism, sexism, and homophobia, child separation, and child abuse at the hands of the state, very real risks to our systems of healthcare, education, and old age security. We have what to feel afraid of. This past year was hard. I shared with my community via my blog that I experienced a period of depression, and I'm usually quite a happy person. Last year, my Rosh Hashanah commentary was on the business of being happy, but my naturally positive outlook and fulfilling life were not enough to insulate me from the feeling of getting sucked down into darkness. It didn't last too long, but it did happen, and I think it's important to acknowledge that it happened. Too many of us often feel enveloped by darkness, sometimes or all the time, but our culture treats it like a secret, and isolation only contributes to the darkness. The antidote to darkness is love. At Yom Kippur, I'm going to be speaking about love and darkness via Israeli writer and peace activist Amos Oz and his writings. But I can tell you in terms of my own tale of love and darkness, when I felt darkness, I could only fight it by tapping into my deep feelings of love. I love my children, I love my husband, I love my family, I love my friends, I love my community, I love humanity. The more we love, the more we feel that love, the less darkness can take hold. So in the face of the many threats we face, we also need to focus on love. I believe the solutions to the world's problems are possible if we lead from a place of love. People want to save the planet because they want their kids and grandkids to thrive. People stop being homophobic when their loved one comes out to them. People can often find empathy across difference if they tap into the feelings of love they share. And connected with love is laughter. Both love and laughter embolden us, challenge us to take risks, make us brave in the face of fear. The history of Jewish comedy is taking our difficult lived realities of anti-Semitism and exile, of migration and poverty, of discrimination and genocide, and turning them into humor. We make jokes so we can survive, and we survive for those we love. I chose to joke about a synagogue shooting in the year we suffered synagogue shootings because I believe really strongly that we need to find a way to survive and thrive now, for ourselves and for those we love. If we can laugh in spite of our fear, we grow stronger and our bonds with one another grow deeper. We need such strength and common bonds now more than ever. In Canada, we're in an election year. There's certainly an election cycle happening south of the border too. One of the most important actions we can take is to vote, and vote with our conscience. I'm not going to tell you for whom to vote, although if you'd like me to, reach out. I'm happy to tell you what I think. But you're here this Rosh Hashanah looking for inspiration if you're watching this. And I want you to tap in to that best self, that higher self that's looking for something bigger than yourself, that's looking for something that will add meaning and beauty to the world. You can be that meaning and beauty in the world. And one way you can do that is to vote from that deep, higher, most beautiful place. Vote from a place of love. Vote for the world you want. In any election year, especially in our time of polarized politics, there will be wins and losses. I can tell you that after Trump was elected in the US, I felt many things, but I certainly experienced a prominent feeling of grief. I grieved that the world that could have been possible under the first female president of the United States was not to be. I grieved for the pain and harm that would come to vulnerable people, refugees and immigrants most notably. It was not a casual loss. In our upcoming election, there will be people who feel lost like that. We can't all get our way. So here's my other election-related challenge this year. Approach those with whom you disagree with empathy and care. Try to take seriously their hopes that will be met if their candidate wins. Try to be compassionate over their grief if their candidate loses. If we're to raise the level of political discourse, if we are to have a world in which people lead with love, it has to start with us. In the biblical reading from 1 Samuel, we hear about Hannah. She wants a child more than anything. She makes a terrible deal. She's able to have a child, but must wean him and then give him to the temple for a life of service. She gets the child, but must give him up. This reading fits with our high holidays because during this period, starting today with Rosh Hashanah and concluding at Yom Kippur, we are meant to ruminate on life and death, wins and losses. Many of you are familiar with the Leonard Cohen song, Who by Fire, a beautiful meditation on death. It's inspired by the high holiday liturgy of the Unetanneh Tokef, a poem prayer all about how we die. It is said that at Rosh Hashanah, the book of life is opened, and at Yom Kippur, it is closed. Jews wish each other to be inscribed in the book of life. It's a bizarre wish, really. Many believe that their actions during this time will determine whether they live to see another Rosh Hashanah next year. This is how people deal with loss and death. They create superstition and story around it. They create ritual. They try to live meaningfully, hoping it will ward off death. Sometimes it works. It works, but it doesn't work. We know that some year, sometime, it will be us who dies. Who by fire and who by water. We don't know how or when, but we know for sure that none of us are getting out of here alive. All we can do is live meaningfully. All we can do is strive for goodness. I don't believe that doing so lengthens our life, but I do believe it deepens our life. What choice do we have in the face of death, present, or a long time from now, but to do our best to live, love, and laugh well? In any year and in every year, there are going to be deaths, there are going to be births. The Hannah story is about a birth, and I can tell you for sure that birth is no peaceful business. People struggle with infertility, pregnancy loss, and difficult pregnancies. And then there's labor. It's no picnic. There can be complications, there can be tragic losses, there's almost certainly going to be pain. But all of us also came into the world, a beautiful, soft, wonderful little life filled with light and hope. All of us. Even if you were not loved the way you should have been, the point is that you should have been. All of us are born beautiful. All of us are worth the pain. All of us will experience pain. That's a guarantee. All of us will experience loss. All of us, especially if we are doing our best to live fully and meaningfully, will also experience wins. All of us can find light, love, and laughter, and all of us can make the world just a little bit better with our everyday actions. If there is a book of life, I believe we are the ultimate author. We can't control all the action, but we get to drive the characterization. We get to be the protagonist in our own story, and in spite of all the wins and losses, we get to determine who that person is. We do it every day. We do it in particular this day. Who do you want to be this year? How can you make this year great? What do you need to do to meet fear and loss with laughter and love? When we sit together next year at Rosh Hashanah, when we reach out online next year at Rosh Hashanah, what contribution will you wish you'd made? Go out there and do it. We're running out of time. Wishing you all a beautiful new year. SecularSynagogue.com is accepting new members all the way through Yom Kippur. It's an amazing time to join our connected community. We hope to see you. Take care.